Hey guys, it's Chloe. Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. Today I desperately needed some off-road therapy and decided to make a video for you guys, and I wanted to talk about something that gets asked a lot about on my channel. One of the most common questions I get when I make trail videos about my Toyota Tacoma is, can my two-wheel drive Tacoma do this trail? So today we're in Otay Mountain to test out Toyota's two-wheel drive capability on a lot of different offshoots off this fire road. Before we get into today's video, I do want to thank Knockaround for sending me a pair of custom sunglasses I designed. I have been loving wearing these on the trail because not only are they stylish, but it's also super sunny, and they've been so helpful. So I'm going to show you later in the video how you can customize your own pair. But for now, let's get on the trails. One of the nice things about having the four-wheel drive option in my TRD off-road is that it allows me to switch between two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive whenever I want. Now, I want to emphasize that the point of this video wasn't to pick super challenging spots and get stuck, but it was more so to see some basic differences between the two drivetrains and just show you guys that you can have a lot of fun off-roading in a two-wheel drive, pretty much stock Tacoma. So if your Tacoma is equipped with four-wheel drive, you will have this knob where you'll see three different drive selections: two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive high, and four-wheel drive low. So this basically means that we can test the truck in two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive as we please. So for now, we're going to engage in four high, and all we have to do is make sure we're not going a certain speed, we're not moving the truck, so all we have to do is turn the knob. And usually when this light is flashing, all I have to do is pull forward a little bit, and just putting it in drive already engaged it. So I decided to pick three offshoots in Otay that are all fairly easy, and first do them in four-wheel drive, then do them in two-wheel drive so that you guys could see the differences on the exact same sections with as few variables as possible. Now, you'll definitely see in this video that there are clear differences between using two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, but all of these offshoots I picked are no real problem for either, so it's less of a question about if the truck can do it and more of a question about what exactly feels different. So the first offshoot I went on was this short one. Now this one could be considered a little tricky because A, it's on somewhat of a steep incline, and B, it has holes, and picking a bad line could cause you to hit your bumper. So I hit this offshoot in four-wheel drive to start out, and it was all smooth sailing. I took the same easy line for my first run of this offshoot in two-wheel drive, and as you can see, the truck makes it up no problem. There is a little more dust because of less traction, but nonetheless, it was easy for the truck. The second time I went up in two-wheel drive, I purposefully picked a different line, and as you can see, it was actually a lot more difficult because my passenger rear tire was in the air, essentially putting me into one-wheel drive, which makes it difficult to crawl up. This is where the rear locker will really come in handy to double the power getting to that one rear wheel, but unfortunately in my truck you can only engage that in 4-low, so I decided not to use that. So for a section like this, going downhill is irrelevant whether you're in two or four-wheel drive. I try to be careful on sections like these because, like I said before, it's pretty easy to take off a bumper, and as you can see, I hit my skid plate a few times. So next up, we're going to do this offshoot. This is another fairly easy one, but it's definitely different than the first one. So this one's definitely doable in two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. There's a couple of baby holes right there, but that's not going to be much of a problem. I've actually done this section before when I used to not have an air compressor a while back, and when I didn't air down, and just because it's so rocky, that actually made a really big difference. So we're coming to the end of this section, and that was no problem whatsoever for two-wheel drive. All right, so now we're gonna turn around, do the same trail, but in four-wheel drive, and see if that makes any difference. So for this one, two-wheel drive had no noticeable differences compared to four-wheel drive, with the exception of one turn where there was slightly less traction in two-wheel drive, but it was pretty negligible. This is a section that is not that steep and mostly just has a loose rock, so having good all-terrain tires and airing down is really going to help and just feel better in an offshoot like this. So before we get started on this last offshoot, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you all so much for watching, liking, and subscribing to the channel. You guys don't understand how much your support means to me, and I just want to make sure you know I'm super grateful for it. A lot of you have asked how you can further support the channel by buying merch, and unfortunately, I don't have merch right now. I am working on something, but it's gonna take some time because I'm kind of a perfectionist. But in the meantime, because of all your guys' support and how fast the channel has grown, I've gotten the opportunity to work with some really cool companies, including the company Knockaround. So as you can see, I have these sunglasses with a really fun pattern that I actually customize on Knockaround's website. And they have all sorts of different styles of sunglasses, and you can get different prints, you can get different colors, and you can even customize which lenses you get. I also like these sunglasses because they're just really light on your face, and they're one of the only pair of sunglasses that I can find to fit my face that just don't fall off. And as you know, when we're off-roading, we're like jolting around sometimes over these rocks and in these holes, and having a pair of sunglasses that'll stay on your face is just so nice so that you're not constantly like pushing them up. So if you guys decide you want to get a pair of Knockaround sunglasses, they're actually fairly inexpensive compared to a lot of other sunglasses out there, so you don't have to feel bad about losing them or breaking them, and they're also just like fun and customizable. If you use my discount code on Knockaround's website, a portion of those proceeds will go directly back into the channel. But anyways, I will have a link in the description down below to how you can customize a pair of these. But for now, let's hit that last offshoot. Alright, now 4 high I know for a fact is going to make it up this section no problem. I think I hit my skid plate. I will say, if you don't have the TRD Off-Road or Pro and you decide you want to go off-roading a lot, I think the skid plate is a decent investment. Even on easy trails like this, I sometimes hit it. So for this last section, there was actually a pretty big difference between four-wheel drive and two-wheel drive, especially at the top where it gets a little steeper and there are holes. As you can see, two-wheel drive gets much less traction on this offshoot, and you can see that by more dust getting produced for two-wheel drive. It was definitely really cool to try out a lot of these sections in two-wheel drive because, like I said before, I normally just put the truck in 4 high, but for all of these sections, they're pretty easy and doable in two-wheel drive. Once I hit the end of the trail, I always air back up using my underseat air compressor, which I recently installed from this awesome company called Desert Does It, who also makes the seat jackers to make your seat more comfortable. If you guys like these videos or want me to do another video doing a harder trail completely in two-wheel drive, leave me a comment down below. I think that'd be really fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.